House Leader of the Green Party, third party.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. The rising cost of living, coupled with stagnating wages and outdated social assistance rates, have caused people across the province to feel more insecure than ever. 1 in 10 British Columbians live below the poverty line, including 2 out of 10 children. Food bank usage has almost doubled in the last 5 years. The costs of housing, groceries, and other essential goods are high and continuing to rise rapidly. The imposition of U.S. tariffs is only amplifying this climate of uncertainty. Now, more than ever, British Columbians need a guarantee from their government. They need assurance that support will be there during job and housing insecurity. They need to know that their government is there for them, and not just through politically motivated one-off rebates. Through you, Honourable Speaker, to the Premier, how will you implement permanent economic and social supports that British Columbians can rely on?
Minister of Social Development and Poverty Reduction.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. To echo the words of our Lieutenant Governor, at a time of particular crisis and pressure that everybody is feeling in Canada, more than ever as a government, no matter what is thrown at us, we are determined to support the most vulnerable people. And because we've been investing in people, because we've been strengthening our foundation, this is no time to turn back to a time of service cuts, and that is our commitment, as echoed in all of our actions over the last 7 years, but especially, and again reinforced in the throne speech. We're certainly concerned, we're already concerned about the impacts of global inflation, all the way that the cost of living has hit people hard. That's why it's been so important for us to have raised income assistance rates 5 times. They had been frozen for a decade when the opposition was the party in power. Small things like the disability bus pass having been taken away, something that we returned, bringing back, implementing a plan to reduce poverty, which the former government did not have, that has lifted thousands of people out of...
Members.
Yeah. And that we have lifted thousands of people out of poverty, including 50,000 children out of poverty, is work that has been accomplished by investing in people, and work that we will continue to do as a government. That is our priority.
For the chair to recognize members, you have to quickly stand up, member. Supplemental?
Thank you to the Minister for your response. I appreciate the efforts that are made by the government, but I also need to re-emphasize the severity of the current situation. Tough economic times will continue to impact the most vulnerable people and put strain on almost every household across the province. BC is one of the wealthiest jurisdictions in the world, yet hundreds of thousands of people live below the poverty line. We must take concrete actions now that deliver the supports people need to survive. People in BC need certainty from this government. What is your plan over the next year, through the chair, to ensure that we no longer have hundreds of thousands of British Columbians living below the poverty line?
Minister?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We all want people to have the supports that they need at all times, but especially at a time like now, where there is so much chaos, the threat that families feel about the security of their jobs, forest-dependent communities especially. And this is work that informs for all of us on the government side, representing family members that were already pressured, as the member says, by the cost of living, that there's so much uncertainty ahead. That's why it was so important for our government to legislate poverty reduction. The member has seen our 10-year plan that we have been implementing over the last 5 years. We renewed the plan based on the input from 10,000 people across the province.
Members.
That's why it's been so important for us already to implement things like free prescription birth control, like expanding childcare, and increasing income assistance rates 5 times already. On
Thank
this
you.
work that we'll continue to do, that we're determined to do, it's more important now than ever.
Thank you.